all of a sudden I'm supposed to be, oh, you know what? Because of the Bushido spirit and martial arts, you're the #1 contender, and I'm honored to grace you. No, man, this is a business. Tell me the last time this was a pure sport. Now, I can't remember. This is a business, it's an entertainment. I'm going to entertainingly kick his butt, march for it, because he asked for a fight, and he got to be careful what you ask for, because the second time is going to be worse than the first. In 2017, I got to obviously close a chapter in the Woodley versus Wonder Boys, my first rematch. I think it's cool for my legacy. I think everybody needs a rematch. Everybody needs a rivalry, and everybody needs a really hard-fought victory where they were, in the trenches of death, and they've pulled it out. I think everybody needs that. It shows people what type of champion you are, and I've had all of those so far beyond the rivalry. I think I also need to knock off 2 more high-level guys. I would like to maybe fight, someone that the fans and the media might think is next up. And I'll also fight one of the legends, man. Georges St-Pierre is talking about coming back. Fight against him will take precedence over any fight. Maybe going up in the division and fighting Bisping, maybe fighting Conor, maybe fighting one of the Diaz brothers. Those things are important to my legacy. And, I think two of my next fights should be one of those type of guys. The whole goal when I was fighting, when I was coming up as an amateur, I'm like, God, let me make it to the top. I want to use this platform. I want to be positive. I want to inspire. I want to show kids, that they can be successful. And those are the things I pray for. And I'm in a position to do it. And you get to that position, sometimes you say, man, I want to make the most money. I want to kick the most butt. And you kind of forget about that. And I had to really check myself, especially, Muhammad Ali passed away. And I just thought about how inconvenient it was for him to be an advocate, how inconvenient it was for him to stand out things that he believed in. It cost him some fighting years in his prime. It cost him some scrutiny. Everyone loves him now. Nope, they hated him then. They couldn't stand him. And we know they hated Martin Luther King. They killed him. So with that said, those people at that current time did what they were supposed to do. Their platform allowed them to reach so many more people, and they did what they were supposed to do. Martin Luther King didn't know he was going to have a day named after him in several streets. Muhammad Ali didn't know he was going to be the beloved champion, the people's champion. He didn't know that. He was doing what he was doing at that time because it was right. And that's just my stance this year. I'm doing what's right for God, what's right for my family, and what's right for the people that support me.
When did that feeling start for you that maybe you were being disrespected? Was it before you even got that title shot with Robbie Lawler and you were sitting out all that time?
Yeah, I don't think Stephen has ever disrespected me as a martial artist. If he is, he's a silly dude, because that'll get you knocked out real quick. I think he's always respected my abilities. I think that not having the knowledge of my story, not knowing what was going. Everybody think I just laid around for 18 months. I fought against Kelvin Gastelum. I broke my foot in the first kick of the fight. 6 to 8 weeks I had to sit down because I had an injury. I had surgery, pins put in my foot. Did a full training camp. Johnny Hendricks missed weight, and then I was told verbally that I was fighting the winner of Carlos Condit and Robbie Lawler. January 2nd that fight happened. So in my mind, I'm waiting on a date. I didn't think I was waiting and holding out. So everybody has this fictitious thought that I was sitting around being this overly entitled. Oh, I deserve the next shot. I'm not fighting anybody. I'm waiting. If that's how the UFC works, this would be a different world. We don't have those type of freedoms where you can just pick and choose who you're going to fight, if you're going to wait it out. You can't just walk in there and say, Dana, I'm fighting this guy, because you can't do that. That's not how it works. So with that said, I think he had that mindset. So then some of his statements reflected that. And I just didn't, I feel like I've been in this game too long. I've been so humble. I fought all the killers in this division. Look at the top 5 right now. You look at guys like, Kelvin Gastelum, who I've beaten, Carlos Condit, who I've beaten, Robbie Lawler, who I've beaten. How are those guys more notable than I am? And I'm the champion of the world, in the hardest division in the world. That's a big problem with that. A great rapper says, I've been down so much that feel like up to me. And I really feel like that. I feel like there's a lot of fake love in our game, and I'm just a real individual. If I was wrong, there's been things I've said about Wonder Boy that I felt like I was wrong in. I've openly, publicly manned up on those things. And there's certain things I don't feel like I'm wrong about. And unless I'm proven differently or wrong, I'm going to stand on those things.